Welcome back, nature lovers. Today we're playing a fun game of Spot the Difference in the animal kingdom. We've all done it, seen an animal and confidently named it, only to find out later we were completely wrong. It's easy to mistake one creature for another, especially when they share similar habitats or appearances. So, get ready to sharpen your observational skills as we uncover the fascinating distinctions between some of nature's most commonly confused lookalikes. First up, a classic case of mistaken identity in the insect world, moths and butterflies. At first glance, they both seem like pretty winged insects, right? But there are some key tells. Butterflies are generally day-flying, with vibrant colors, and when they rest, their wings are usually held upright over their backs. Their antennae are also slender with a club-like knob at the end. Moths, on the other hand, are mostly nocturnal, often sporting more muted, earthy tones for camouflage in the dark. When they land, their wings typically lie flat along their bodies or are held in a tent-like shape. And check out their antennae, they're usually feathery or tapered without that distinct knob. So, next time you see a fluttery friend, you'll know if it's dressed for a daytime party or a night out. Next, two buzzing insects that can send a shiver down your spine, wasps and bees. While both can sting, they're quite different. Bees are the fuzzy, plump, pollination powerhouses we love. They have hairy bodies designed to collect pollen, and their legs often look a bit thicker with pollen baskets. They tend to be less aggressive unless their hive is threatened, and tragically, most honey bees can only sting once. Wasps, however, are generally sleeker and less hairy, with a more distinct, narrow waist connecting their thorax and abdomen. They often have brighter, more defined black and yellow stripes, and they can sting multiple times. While some wasps are pollinators, many are predators, helping control pest populations. So, the next time one buzzes by, look for the fuzz or the fine waist to tell them apart. Moving to the water, let's tackle two ancient reptiles, alligators and crocodiles. These prehistoric-looking creatures might seem identical, but they have distinct features. The easiest way to tell them apart is their snout shape. Alligators have a broader, U-shaped snout, and when their mouth is closed, you can only see their upper teeth fitting neatly over the lower ones. Crocodiles, conversely, have a more pointed, V-shaped snout. And here's the giveaway, when their mouth is closed, you can see both their upper and lower teeth interlocking, especially that large fourth tooth on the lower jaw sticking out. Another hint. Crocodiles are found globally in tropical regions, often in saltwater, while alligators are primarily found in the Americas and China, preferring freshwater. So, look at that smile. From the water to the savanna, let's talk big cats, leopards and cheetahs. Both are spotted, but that's where the similarities largely end. Cheetahs are built for speed, they're slender with a small, rounded head, and famously have tear marks running from the corner of their eyes down to their mouth. Their spots are solid black and round, like polka dots. They're the fastest land animals, relying on bursts of speed to catch prey. Leopards, however, are more muscular and stocky, built for power and stealth. They don't have tear marks, and their spots are rosettes, irregular, ring-like patterns with a darker center. Leopards are incredible climbers and often drag their prey up trees. So, remember, cheetahs have tear marks and polka dots, while leopards have rosettes and a stockier build. Now for some adorable South American camelids, llamas and alpacas. They both look like fluffy, long-necked sheep, but there are noticeable differences. Llamas are generally much larger, with a more elongated face and long, banana-shaped ears. They were historically used as pack animals, so they have a more robust build. Alpacas, on the other hand, are smaller and stockier, known for their incredibly soft, luxurious fleece. Their faces are typically flatter and more squished, and their ears are shorter and more spear-shaped. While llamas can be a bit more independent, alpacas are quite social and gentle. So, think banana ears, big llama, spear ears, small alpaca. And now to birds, but this time, the dark and mysterious kind, ravens and crows. They're both large, black birds, often confused. But listen closely and look carefully. Ravens are generally larger than crows, with a thicker beak and a wedge-shaped tail in flight. When they call, it's typically a deep, guttural caw or croak. Crows are smaller and more social, often seen in large groups. They have a fan-shaped tail in flight and a slimmer beak. Their call is the more familiar, sharp caw-caw-caw. Also, watch them in flight. Ravens often soar for longer periods, while crows flap more continuously. So, remember, big bird, wedge tail, deep croak is a raven, smaller bird, fan tail, sharp caw is a crow. Finally, two iconic seabirds, gulls, often called seagulls, and albatrosses. While gulls are common sights at coasts, albatrosses are true masters of the open ocean. Gulls are medium-sized birds, generally seen near coastlines, harbors, and even inland landfills. They have relatively short wings and a distinctive, often raucous call. Albatrosses, however, are giants of the sky, with the largest wingspans of any bird, some exceeding 11 feet. They are primarily found over the open ocean, rarely coming to land except to breed. Their incredible wings are adapted for gliding effortlessly over vast distances, and their flight looks much more deliberate and less flappy than a gull's. So, if you see a truly massive bird soaring endlessly over the deep sea, you're likely looking at an albatross, not just a big gull. And that brings us to the end of our animal identification challenge. It's amazing how a few key details can help us appreciate the unique characteristics of each species. Hopefully, you've learned a trick or two to impress your friends on your next nature walk. What other animals do you often mistake for each other? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow nature enthusiasts, and subscribe to Cycle of Life for more incredible insights into the natural world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep appreciating the amazing wonders of nature.